Okay, guys, good evening. It is Wednesday, November 9th, the day after elections. Um, and what a night, what a day it was. Hey, listen, today we're going to go over, we're just going to hit the market recap first. We've got a lot to talk about. Status of open positions and a couple of new trades I'm looking at. Hey, I'd like to first apologize for not getting this out any sooner. I have been battling computer issues for about the past 2.5 hours. I know a couple of you have sent me emails, want me to take a look at a couple of trades that you have, so I'll do that immediately following this. Hey, first thing I'd like to do is just kind of talk about the market. That Guys, that move we saw last night, I mean, we went 140 points off the low, 6% in the S&Ps from low to high in one bar. That is, this market has yet to stop setting records. Every time it makes a move, I mean, I don't know. We've lost track this year at how many historical precedents this market has set. This one's no different. Um, the last time it did this was anything close to this was in 1948, and the Dow made a move, hit its low, went to a multi-month low, and then almost a 52-week high, and it's never the Dow's never done that since 1898. I mean, guys, these are just unusual market events. And last night when we saw the S&Ps with a vol of 112, I mean, you just got to close your eyes and sell those things just like we did. We were rewarded handsomely. I hope you guys put on enough to make it worth your while for those trades. But we got to, I'm like 98% max profit right now. I'm still holding mine. I'll go through those in just a bit. But yeah, I'm still holding on to mine and trying to clear out of them right now. We'll talk through those in just a minute. So we not only saw stocks make just a huge move, bonds didn't really do a lot until today. They started their downward trek, as the market started going up, and then the bond market just fell apart. It was one of the most incredible moves down I had ever seen. That was just one, and not only was that for the record books, it is the record. The bond market has never moved that far down in one day before. Guys, we talked about this and talked about this, and I just kept saying that this is the stupidest move I'd ever seen in the bond market. Well, now it's coming to a fruition. So all of the shenanigans that the central bankers have done with these negative interest rates, trying to fix everything. Hey guys, this is going to blow up in everybody's face. I mean, look at these bond markets right now. They are horrible. And people that are trading in the bonds, I mean, the bond market is just such a huge market where people park their stuff, their cash, their safe investments. Hey, I got to tell you, there is absolutely nothing safe about the bond market right now. It is the most risky thing out there going. I mean, the bonds lost 5% today. That was just a huge move in the bond market. So these interest rate markets, again, all this stuff conjured up by our Federal Reserves, all of our central bankers, backed by every government on the face of this earth to keep things propped up so that everybody's happy. Guys, I'm telling you, when this thing unravels, it is going to unravel probably in biblical proportions. I just hope that we have the presence of mind to be short this thing, to be long metals. I gotta tell you, it is just shaping up to where I think this is going to be the crash of all crashes. This is just unbelievable. when we get a market that's, and just think about this, you guys are witnessing history. Not many people, not many traders get to set through a market like we've sat through for the last couple of years. This market is just unbelievable. When I sat there, I've told you probably 100, 150 times, wow, I've never seen this before. Hey, there's a reason why. Because these things just don't ever happen. I mean, when we have to dig through the archives, and how many times did we go back to the 1800s, early 1900s, when we were in January to see moves like we were seeing? Look at the moves we're seeing right now. They're just staggering. And to think that this thing is going to unwind in a kind and gentle manner, oh my gosh. Guys, it is going to fall apart, and it is going to clean everybody's clock that's along the stock market, which is 99% of the world. So nobody will get out. Everybody will be long. Everybody will think that the central bankers are going to continue to fix everything. And hey, unless something drastically changes in the underlying structure, now that's a caveat, that it could still be fixed, but unless that changes, if it continues walking down this road, guys, we should be able to make our fortune on the next bust. I hope by then you guys should have enough trading experience under your belt. You know, if we get the big blow off like I think we're going to get, at some point in time we're going to get short, and I'm going to just stay short for as long as I can. So hey, this is just some unbelievable market action, guys. I know you've probably looked at your charts, and I know that you can't, it's kind of hard to believe what you're looking at. Hey, I got it. I understand, man. I've never seen this stuff before. So I mean, to think that the S&Ps were going to rally 160 in one day off of the low last night. I mean, come on. I mean, and just the swings in this market. I mean, we were down Friday. What I thought was a huge move up. We were 70 points up in 2.5 days going into the election. Well, then we dropped all the way down 120 points down, 160 points back up in the S&Ps. Guys, these are just huge, staggering moves that at some point in time, when this baby unravels, it is going to unravel in a very grand fashion. So anyway, let's go ahead and let's get on with some of our open trades. Take a look at those, and let's see. First up, all right, here we go. First up is a crude strangle. So this is here's where the current price is. We're in a good position. I added quite a bit to my crude position last night. The volatility was up. Hey, that's a mechanical entry, no matter what. So I was selling strangle, selling naked puts, selling naked calls. You know, I was selling them at the. I got the 36.5s puts off. I sold the 38 puts. I sold the 52.50 calls to 52 calls. I think I went in this morning, sold some 53 calls. So you've bolstered it up quite a bit. Got a total of 23 contracts on. Max profits now up to $10,020. We're up $9 whole in this thing. Not worried about that in the least. I just want to try and keep this thing in between the lines. I want to keep the deltas as reasonable as possible. Keep me in the fight on this thing. I want to stay ahead of the moves. So that means I'm adjusting early. That means I'm going to stay in the position longer. As long as you understand that. I could be taking this position right here, right down to the wire, based on how I'm trading it right now. Now, if we get some back and forth action over the, you know, say that it just rocks back and forth in a $2 range right here, which is, you know, a couple of percent, which is a big move in a normal market, then that theta will come out of this thing, and then I'll just reassess. But anyway, we're in a good shape in this one right here. Just wanted to give you some of my thoughts. And I know some of you guys sent me some crude stuff. Email, I will answer those separately. 36 days to go in this trade, guys. Alright, here's the S&P 500. This was the main market we were trading last night. We put this trade on last night with 3 days to go. We currently have 2 days to go. I'm up 73.59, and max profits 73.75. So I'm there. I'm trying to take the trade off right now, and we'll see. We'll just see if we get our price. If not, I'll just hold. I do not expect this thing to go back down to the short strikes. Not really worried about it, but I am planning on locking and loading with some more trades tomorrow, going into Friday. Got a total of 13 contracts on. It's a one-way trade. All I did was sell puts last night into that high IV. This is where price is. You can see there's no theta there, so I'm at max profit. Just waiting to do this, guys. We were up, like we had this morning, had about 90% of max profit, just when the sun came up this morning. So that was just a phenomenal trade that we were part of. Just a historic event. Yeah, I'm glad we met over here at the house. That was a lot of fun. Appreciate you guys coming over, bringing all the food and stuff. It was a really good event. Some really good trading. We got to watch James, work his stuff on trading directionally. Did really good last night, and we came out pretty well ourselves. So again, 73.59 in 1 day of trading in the S&Ps. Not too bad for just selling puts. I reloaded this morning as soon as I got up. I sold 5 more puts in my position. Of course, those went to max profit as the day went on because this market just kept going and going and going. So any down moves we get from this point, guys, we get lucky and get a volatile market. Just going to lay into these things. I use those ranges that I project. Those are my benchmarks. That's what I trade against. So I don't have to do any analysis. I'm just trading against those statistically advantaged trading areas and trading zones. That's all I'm doing. Alright, so that's it on the S&P. Let's see what else we have here. Alright, it's my broken wing butterfly. I thought I was going to get lucky and this thing expire right up into the apex. I don't know. We might get a down move tomorrow. Who really knows? But we put this trade on in September with 58 days to go. We have 16 days left. We're up 1,140. That's I don't know that I'm going to get to the 25% profit target on this thing. So may not happen on this one right here. But what I'm going to do is just wait tomorrow and see how she goes. Hopefully we won't get another 30 handle or 50 handle up move on tomorrow. So it would be nice to hold flat or even go down maybe 10 or 15. It would be really nice. I'd really like to see a 20 handle down move tomorrow is what I'd really like to see. I'd love to get in there and load up with some more puts on the S&Ps. So anyway, that's how we stand here. Not going to do anything. I'll look tomorrow and then maybe take it off. I know you guys have heard me say that at least 3 times a week for the past 6 or 7 weeks now. Alright, let's see what else is up. This is the last broken wing butterfly put on. We're finally in the black on this one. We're up 380 bucks. We have 44 days to go. Yeah, not much else to talk about here, so nothing else to do. We'll just monitor this one. This is the Iron Condor. Again, guys, I'm just really, you can see this is where price is. I have 34 days left in this one, down 515. Not a big deal. I'm not going to let this thing sit back and waffle back and forth. I'm going to get out in front of this one too. We're in a potentially very bullish time of the year. I can't sit back and trade this like I would say in March. So I'm going to go ahead and probably sell a put spread right here at the 1 standard deviation line. Move those puts up and recock, reload with a new position right there. Extend this out a little bit, give me a little bit more room, and I think that's the best play to make on this one right here. So I do not want the way this market has moved. I'm telling you guys, when this market, set one record last night, I mean, who's to say it can't set another record a week from now? Who's to say that this move right here that's coming up is not going to be just the monster of all monster moves? So I'm very wary of the upside. I'm not worried at all about the downside. Even if we get had a 2 or 3% sell-off in the day, don't think I would be worried about that. So much more worried about the upside risk than downside risk. So anyway, I'm going to trade accordingly. Here is the double it up portfolio with the crude iron condor. Right here is price. We currently have 36 days to go. We're up 140 bucks. Not worried about that at all. We have a really nice position here. Max profit on it is 92.40. Hey, if we get half of that out of this trade, that's definitely about a 14% return on total capital. That's right along the lines of what we're shooting for. That exceeds what we're shooting for in a month. So half of that right there would work out really, really well in this portfolio here. So we're trying to show you how to intentionally double your money every 12 months by using a money management algorithm and trading one market with one strategy. Let's see what else we have here. That's it for that. Alright, so let's just take a look at the charts on this thing and just look at that. I know you guys have looked at it, but down here's the low that made last night. We were selling puts right in this area right here. So we were right at the best part of the trade to sell puts. We waited like good little boys and got rewarded for it. And she just runs all the way up. I mean, good gracious, guys. That's 140 points in one bar. Oh my gosh. I used to complain about the 140 point up moves over the course of 4 weeks. I mean, we did it in a day in the S&P futures. Just some incredibly large swings. Historic, epic, once in a lifetime. Well, maybe the only other comparison in the S&P is in 1948. The Dow hasn't seen a move like this since 1898. So just unbelievable. And you can see my offer to buy my puts back right up here. So hey, did I close out some of them? Nope, they're still out there offered out. So just want to double check that right quick. Alright, so let's take a look at the ZBs. Alright, ZBs are rallying right now. I mean, just look at that move right there, guys. Unbelievable. That thing cut through our levels just like hot butter, knife through hot butter. So, I'm going to take a look at this tomorrow. I was really considering taking our TLT position off the table. I'm going to look at it tomorrow. I might do that. Normally if I was sitting in front of the computer when this would happen, especially this thing sold off all day long, you get a move like this and you might just want to take your profits in, and then lay them back out a little bit later. Remember what I said? We get a 10-point rally in the bond market. That's when we need to load back up the puts again. So yeah, if we get bonds don't get away from us too much overnight here, yeah, I'm probably going to take TLT off the table. So because we've got some really nice profits in that thing. So we'll keep a close eye on that. Crude is acting pretty good, considering. I mean, it's right between the goalposts on our ranges for this week. Gold had a huge, it's been reacting like it's supposed to, opposite the stock market. So huge move up in gold, huge move back down, and it's ended up right smack dab in the middle of the range. So our ranges have worked again to keep these things intact. And these are really good benchmarks to trade against if you're watching these markets, guys. Really good benchmarks. Let's take a look at the dollar right quick. I think the dollar had dollar reacted as well. Huge move down, huge move back up. So yeah, it's just some epic moves last night, folks. Once in a lifetime. I can safely say you probably never see another move like that in your lifetime. You heard me mention how long it's been in between sessions. So one's a little over 100 years and counting, and the other's close to 70 years. So it's pretty safe to say that you may not ever see another move like that again in your life. Hey guys, I think I'm going to cut it right here. I still have lots of stuff to take care of tonight before I close in, and so I'm trying to think if there's anything else that we need to talk about before we sign off here. I think that's it. Yeah, I think that's it. You know, we were hoping, we got the move that we were looking for. I'll just close with this. Got the move we were looking for, but I got to tell you guys, this market has fooled everybody, every twist and turn it makes. If you're not there, Johnny on the spot, on a down move, man, you do not get another opportunity. I mean, it is literally measured in minutes, these down moves are. And the up moves are measured in weeks. That ratio that I keep mentioning, it will eventually revert back to its mean. And that's when things are going to get ugly. That's how I know things will get ugly, is because we continue to just pierce the lows and then catapult back up and stay levitated. So that ratio, it's got to get closer to the norm, and it will one day, just not anytime soon. Anyway, guys, I think I'm going to call it for tonight. So anyway, guys, have a good night, good trading day tomorrow, and I'm going to take a look at some trades to queue up over the weekend going into next week. I'll be hoping for a little bit of a down move tomorrow, and I'll definitely be laying out S&P 500 puts. I'm probably going to put a 2 standard deviation strangle on the crude market with 7 days to go, maybe 6 days to go. I'll send you out the info on that when I load that one up. But other than that, guys, have a good night, and this is BA signing out.